Veterans Day in some ways has a tone of being a little bit more of a celebration, celebrating those who served, celebrating the long, rich history that America has benefited from military service.
I was the oldest of 5 boys, and when the band started playing and the flags were waving, why I thought it was time for me to show my younger brothers the way. Taught me a few things about tomorrow and myself.
One thing to mention is the other medal that he's wearing. It's the Silver Star. It's the second highest medal for heroism you can earn in the military service.
So I took the position with the radio, and I directed the fire of the mortar people, because I'd had plenty of experiences up until that time. And somehow or the other, a sniper up in the tree got me before my group got them. And actually they got me with 2 rifle bullets. One went right in the front of the helmet and circled around inside and scratched the back of my neck. And the other one caught me in the right foot and busted up a few bones in my right foot. And that was it. It's important as far as I'm concerned, because it gives our tomorrow some idea of what we had to go through and what the country had to go through, really.
I joined after high school, 1967. The Vietnam War was on, and I just wanted to go to the Marine Corps and participate. I'd say it had a profound impact on me. The things that Marine boot camp teach you are to be self-reliant and to be able to stand on your own feet and commit to things. And it was an experience that changed me for the better.
Swallow it and just continue sleeping.
I enlisted July 31st of not last summer, but the summer before, and but I went to basic training August 4th, 2014. I always knew I wanted to serve from a really young age. It was part of my family tradition. My grandfather and uncle were in the Navy. I'm breaking stride a little bit with the Marine Corps, but I always knew I wanted to serve. Real patriotic, and I figure that's the best thing a young man can do with his youth is serve his country. So I wanted to serve with the best, so I decided to join the Marine Corps. I'm far more disciplined now, far more physically fit. I don't sleep in anymore. I'm getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning every morning for 13 weeks, coming back home and expecting to sleep till 10 o'clock. No way. It really makes you appreciate family a lot, being away from your family for 13 weeks. It was the first time I've ever been away for like an extended period of time. And the hardest part of basic training was homesickness. Absolutely. I appreciate my family and my friends so much more now than I ever did. It's absolutely one of the best things you can do with your life. You're gonna say, well, you're in basic training, like, oh, this sucks. Like, it's hard, but it is hard. But the benefit and the payoff at the end, if you want to go through 13 weeks of hell, then the payoff at the end is greater than anything you'll ever feel. Like when they put that eagle of an anchor in your hand at the end of the crucible, it's the best feeling in the world. You'll never feel that again.
We had our basic training.
I've wanted to be in the military since I was 5 years old. It was kind of a life dream for me. And then I learned about the Marine Corps, and the second I learned about it, I never turned away. I have learned quite a bit. When I was growing up, I was kind of a ruffian. Let's go with that. So I wasn't the greatest kid, but the Marine Corps taught me a lot of the discipline and the leadership abilities that I lacked before. My grandfather was in the Army. My other grandfather was in the Air Force. My great uncle were in the Air Force. Before that, we had no family in the U.S. They were all from Italy, or Italy and Ireland. Neither of my parents were in the military, but my stepdad was in the Army back in the Desert War. and my godfather was in the Desert War as well, or the Desert Storm. There we go, the Desert War. Or he was in Desert Storm. He was a Marine. My older sister was in the Marine Corps. My brother-in-law was in the Army. I'm in the Marine Corps. My sister's in the Navy. My younger brother's in the Marine Corps. My 11-year-old brother wants to be in the Marine Corps. I'm a recruiter. So, in my mind, and this is kind of a biased opinion, you have a lot of opportunities in the Marine Corps, or in any military branch for that matter, that you wouldn't be afforded in the civilian world. Whether it's you don't want to go to college or you think you can't afford it, we have a place for you. Whether you think that you weren't going to end up well later on in life, we have a place for you. If you think anything, we probably have a place for you. We teach a lot of good job skills, a lot of technical skills that actually help out kids.
Any more questions?
Yeah.
John J. D. Clementi. I got drafted in the Army in 1943. Landed on Utah Beach. Then we turned around, we had to land in Bloody Omaha. I went in with the 2nd Wave, the 1st Division spearheaded the division. We had to go in after them to give them any aircraft support, artillery support, and any tank support. Went all the way through Germany, Belgium, France, Belgium, Germany. Then the Germans made that big breakthrough, which they called the Battle of the Bulge, which I didn't think I was going to come home. We were surrounded there for 30 days. We couldn't get in or get out. So it was so cold, we were hunting for jackrabbits, deer, anything we could find to eat, and try to keep warm. Couldn't build no fires. But then about 30 days later, there was a break in the sky, and the whole U.S. Air Force came over and dropped supplies to get us out, and I was glad to get out. But when we were trying to escape from the Germans, my comrades, 200 of them, told us, you take the equipment out, and we'll protect you as you guys are going out. As we were going out, they got captured. They captured 200 of them. They put them in a big field, like you get out here, and they machine gunned them all, killed out 200 of them. Then we had orders to take prisoners, and we said, no prisoners. It's not hard to cry. It don't hurt to cry. Hey, and the day hasn't gone by in the last 70 years that I don't think about something that happened over there that hurts me deeply. And they tell the kids in school, it says, it don't hurt to cry. Turn to 90, I still cry. When I see the flags going down in the parade, going down the road. But it taught me an awful lot to respect my elders and respect my parents, and above all, respect my teachers. I went back to my history class teacher. She was trying to teach me the history of France. What do I want to know about what happened 1,000 years ago? So instead of reading a funny book in between your history book, make her believe you're paying attention. And here I was, 4 years later, in France, looking at the things that she was trying to teach me. It all came to me. So I went back to her to apologize that I wasn't a better student. Is what you had to learn the hard way, John, but I'm glad you made it home. And I was thankful for that.
I mean, if there's a common element in the United States, in any little town or city anywhere in this country, you'll find monuments to Revolutionary War, Civil War, World War I, World War II. That ties all of us together in ways that we probably don't appreciate as much as we could.